Knife out?
That's a tight angle spot.
Oh, okay. He's just looking for a glimmer of someone, then he'll
Yeah.
back off. All right, got it.
That's
Usually
a new
people
one.
hold that with like a USP though or something. Actually take a shot before they back off. But he was doing it with a knife. Guess he's just trying to make sure he can move a little bit faster. Ooh,
Well, on a
Audie got a haircut.
Certainly. Not sure if he'll like that as Stewie's trying to fight all the way back from New Box. Gets one tap, can't find a second. That's perfect for UFC. A 2-for-1 plus bomb plant. Let's see, I have a kitten smoking on Skadoodle. Are they going to push the issue? If Skadoodle gets a pick in the coming seconds, I'd imagine so. But there's two players. Back coffins. That's Exotic and Cutler waiting and willing for Russian Skadoodle to come around the corner. Checks the wrong side, and they will just fall. It's Tarek in a 1v4. Spotted, getting some taps. But he only, I think that's all he's going to get is one frag out of this. Maybe he'll try to get the kitten survive, but no. With an Exotic spot, I don't see Tarek getting out of here anytime soon. Maybe try to keep him here. How many people can he take with him? The answer, none.
Yeah, that is the case. The 3 escaping for UFC, holding on to a couple of armors, a P250 for Kusta. Then obviously be able to buy up around that going into the next round. So pretty convincing pistol round victory, basically just kind of catching Cloud9 in a default, not really allowing the A rotation to really set in. And just being able to basically take Automatic and Stewie down without really allowing them any kills. Only Stewie able to come up with 1. So pretty easy round for UFC to get 1 on the board. Of course, we will have C9 force buying up some CZs and armor. Skadoodle, of course, no armor because he wants to stay for an op. And Cloud9 will be looking to be a little bit aggressive this time around. They're going to be taking into apartments, looking to see if maybe they can't push out into alt mid or hold from window or just try to stop UFC from getting default map control.
Skadoodle trying to bait for Rush. Rush makes first contact, and Skadoodle, no. To say, can he clean this up and find Ethan? That'd be ideal. But it's Ethan's Galil that stands tall. Automatic will find the UMP. But more than likely, UFC will keep this rolling all the way.
This is actually pretty good, though, because Automatic's actually pushed out into alt, gotten info. It allows Tarek to confidently rotate to B. So given that they're in a 3-on-4, this is actually the most ideal scenario that they could have hoped for as far as positioning and the fact that Automatic could get a flank in. But will he be able to do anything meaningful in time is the real question. He's still pretty far out. Depends on how much longer UFC decide to stall before they attack.
Double up first oranges. So I think this is the way this is going to work is Stewie will flash. Tarek will go. He'll die. Stewie will flash again, then go himself.
Possible.
So they'll wait for the smoke cue. There goes the flash. And they're both going to actually peek on the first. Tarek has to reload, and that's the issue with the pesky CZ. He gets 2, but runs out of bullets. As Automatic's brought to 1v1, and UMP of old perhaps would have won that, but the UMP of new, Exotic takes that duel and gets a 3.
How much time was left there? I didn't catch it.
In the 20-second range, I think.
Oh, okay. I was kind of curious if he would have been better off just kind of getting that first kill and just kind of waiting for the bomb plant. But either way, Cloud9 certainly makes that round expensive, but they can't really do a whole lot about it. They had to take a full save here. Tarek will get his trusty Zeus. One of the few players who actually consistently buy the Zeus on this exact same scenario. It's always third round when there's really no money being spent. He always buys this thing. And he'll miss. He missed. Oh no, I thought that was a free kill. Did not happen.
Well, no 4K for Ethan. That's a little saving grace.
I can't believe he missed. They're like literally in his face. The taser still didn't happen. There's really few things more triggering than getting tased either in this game, I feel like.
We've had
it just gives you that lower stomach pain when you get tased. You have like full armor, utility, a rifle, and you die to a taser. Hate to see it. Didn't wind up having an impact that round, though.
Knife hurts more?
Knife is it's still, I don't know, man. Something about getting tased just gets me a little bit more. Obviously, getting knifed is pretty triggering, but...
Cutler. Just pre-firing before he takes that corner. Automatic deal damage as he may. It's the Mac 10 to run over him. And that's the lack of head armor that's coming into play. And you can almost see it there again, but it's an 8K to find the head of Rush. As Tarek's still alive in first pit, has to move. And take a duel with Ethan, he wins it. And he's still alive, but it's another molly, another reposition Tarek has to take. As Exotic and Cutler on site, but tagged. And they'll flash and they'll go. Goodbye. Cutler's the new gun. The young gun Exotic. Bomb is ticking, and look at this play. He jumps on top of this box. They have lost track of him. They will find him eventually. Perhaps they think he's in the far corner. I think they heard those bullets land. They did. And Tarek cleans him up. So there was a moment of hope there. But C9 hang on to 3 and get the defuse.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where even if you're getting entries up middle, if there's a double pit set up in play from the CT side, it's so hard to get through that. You may be able to plant safely inside the center of the site because you've been able to control Moto and Arch, but it's always going to be that thorn in your side that you have to keep worrying about pit when the retake is happening, especially if there's still players alive attacking from other angles. Also, I mean, USC dumped 2 Molotovs into pit, and neither one of them had any effect on Tarek. He was able to just kind of dance around, and they never really had any impact on the ground. They may have been better off using those to block off Moto or something, to be honest. But they were trying to flush Tarek out. They just never happened. They never really got the Molotov to land exactly where they needed it to be able to get Tarek out of there. So C9 do come up with their first round. But they do need to worry about getting reset. That's the big thing looming over them right now. That would really allow USC to start building up a pretty good lead if they're able to reset C9 here. But USC could force the save out of... C9 could force the save out of USC, rather, as well. So it goes both ways. As USC get that apartment's control, just playing it very default. Not showing anything at B either, just kind of sitting around T stairs. We saw them run this exact same strat against Splice, actually, earlier today.
Cutler will throw a smoke. It's a lurk smoke. It'll keep some players at C9 honest and close. So it looks like Ethan's looking for some kind of fight.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting out map aggression. They're putting the feelers out across the map.
What they're really doing is pushing C9 off of brackets, so they have no information on what's going on middle, so they can't rotate a third player to B. And then they're going to gather up with 5 players and attack into B, and there's just no rotation available, and Ethan can even further hold off rotations by cutting them off from apartments. So that's the goal here from UFC, and they've... So far, it's all gone according to plan, but it could all go south if Ethan dies early and allows automatic to rotate, or if the B defenders are able to make a good play. But they actually decide to go for the double fake option off of this, and they do pull automatic's rotation, and they get the entry at middle, so they do the double fake, the bamboozle.
How long can Tarek live? He'll take the first fight and gets caught with the flash in his hand. Not expecting everyone else to be quickly up, and this may just be... I was going to say time might be an issue, but
they're going to save.
In 4 seconds. Yeah, I was going to say it should be an instant save call. So.
Yeah, so I saw USC run the standard, like the more standard version of that against Splice, where they just went for the B attack and they just made sure that A couldn't rotate. But this time they do a double fake off of it, and because there was so little time left on the clock, Automatic really felt pressure to just go ahead and rotate and be that third guy at B, and it's certainly opened up things over on the A side, especially how quickly USC got the entry, and Automatic was already halfway in the CT spawn, so really put a lot of pressure onto Tarek alone in pit. Wasn't able to do a whole lot but the one frag, and so a really well-designed round from UFC. As they will make it 4-1, but luckily Cloud9 do hold on to 3 guns, so they'll still be able to put up something in this next round. But nonetheless, UFC are certainly looking a lot stronger here on Inferno than they did on Mirage. Really good core last round. Certainly something that you wouldn't even necessarily expect from a team that just come together to do something more complex like that.
Great timing when it came down to it with Ethan finding Rush crossing out of pit, too. All the little pieces fit into place as they made that puzzle. Gusta. Molly top wood. Stewie will return a little bit of fire with that nade. Ultimately won't do much. It looks like UFC are just settling into a very passive default, with the exception of top banana fight.
Yeah, so you see Automatic and Stewie very early on just backing up into the back of the B-bomb site. Scott is holding an angle on middle, though, so at least he has that information on when they take brackets. But he actually begins to backpedal towards Moto now. So again, C9 is going to have to work from a huge advantage where they have no real map control, no real vision anywhere, no information. USC can again really manipulate their rotates now. It's going to come down to just big individual efforts for Cloud9 to be able to win around like this. That bomb's still been left over towards T stairs. Now they'll go back for it. It's starting to get towards the late round, so UFC are going to have to make a decision here soon when it looks like B is going to be the intended target.
Unless they're running it again.
Yeah, I guess
still looming. But it looks like you're right. They are going to commit At least send Kusta in. So he hides in the smoke, so he'll be there extremely early as soon as these flashes pop, and he immediately wraps in towards construction. Automatic, they know where he is. He needs some frags, instead he falls. It's Stewie alone, and are they expecting the wrap? It doesn't even matter. It's Cutler, the man with a double entry. No one could expect it, but Skadoodle, up close and personal, the battle lock finds him. As it's a 3v2 retake. Flashes only for C9. As Exotic still has a smoke, a molly, and a nade, but he's holding an angle. And it's Cutler to find more frags. That's his third, leaving Exotic, the Academy team player, in a 1v2. Blind as Skadoodle jumps in. Did they spot him? They do now. And he nearly hits that insane shot up and towards Tarek. But they'll bring it back to reality, and 4-2 is what we're going to be sitting at.
Yeah, good retake there from C9, particularly Skadoodle with that close range shot inside construction really opened up the way for Cloud9 in. If he loses that fight, it's actually a man advantage for UfC, and that could have gone a lot differently. And the fact he was able to keep constant pressure, constantly keep Exotic's attention over towards Coffins, it really opened up everyone else to start coming and pouring in and making the retake work. Now a double op is going to be in play. Stewie will have one for B, and Ska will keep his trusty op over towards the A side of the map. I would like to see a little bit more aggression out of Cloud9. I feel like they're playing on hard mode a lot of these rounds because they don't have any intel. And they're definitely a team that has enough, you know, playmakers and aggressive firepower to be able to kind of, you know, force UfC back a bit. But as they try to do something aggressive at B, they've been caught. Good trade from Stewie. Gets a second one out of that as well. It's a little bit better than I thought it was going to work. I thought he'd just go down after one, but he gets that extra kill.
A wood panel ate a little bit of bullets for him. As Rush is already in towards B. Meanwhile, in mid, they're boosting over that smoke, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The question begs, what does UfC do from here?
I mean, they still have a lot of time, and a 3-on-3 still does favor Terrorists. But because Tarek's pushing down middle, he's getting that information. And that allows Skadoodle, for now, to be able to be a little bit more free in how he moves around the map. But he wants to post up and kind of do a little bit of a bait and switch with Tarek, I think. And he gets the kill on the Cutler, and Tarek gets to hold his aggressive position. They probably won't expect this flank from Tarek now. They probably think, oh, it was just Ska covering mid. And it could be lured into a false insecurity as Skadoodle does make that rotation to CT spawn.
Taking all the time on the clock that they have. As Kusta will walk in, Exotic will be posted on CT, not ready for Tarek. Here he comes, look at him.
Knife.
He's on top of him. He knifes Exotic and finds the last Tarek. We'll be doing God's work. As that Cubby in mid isn't as strong as it used to be, but with some help from Skadoodle, it really sets him
Yeah, the fact that Scott gets a kill with the op basically makes UfC believe that that's the only mid coverage that C9 has. It really sells that they don't need to worry about a flank, and Tarek just able to be the snake in the grass there. Really well done by C9. We'll push it to 3-4 and put UfC onto essentially a full stage. Just one P250 and one flashbang. So this should be an easy round for Cloud9. Should being the key word. You never know.
Locks always like to surprise. Tarek will fall to one. There he will now be met with utility and peaks. It's just Ethan alone. Put on burst and go out. Yes. But no. Rush will just...
Yes. No. Yeah, not a whole lot you can really do with just Glocks and no armor, right? Wouldn't really expect that to do a whole lot. And it is Cloud9 who do top the game 4-all now. So they're starting to get rhythm. Get back into this one. Tarek up to 12 kills. So he's starting to really get into a good groove. But UfC has still done a lot of good work so far in this half, and they're able to get right back onto a full buy, so still certainly a chance to have a pretty good impact here on their T side. As all in all, they've played this really well. Like, they've done a good job controlling middle and pushing back Banana and just playing their default really clean. Also worth noting, though, they've only won one gun round. Like, the 3 of their 4 rounds came back off the back of winning pistol, so... Still a little bit early to call how well their hat's going to be.
Going for this boost over the smoke again. 3 dominoes at the end of this hall. The end of mid lane, I suppose. Not really.
Yeah, the only scary thing about that boost is if someone pushes boiler, I feel like he'd just get ruined. But it could be a good one way. I haven't seen it from Terra's perspective to see if how well they could see Tarek's head there. So it could certainly be a nice little gimmick for a free kill.
Also, C9 have thrown that deep smoke, and they're going to leave Stewie alone to hold this. That flash is going to prompt him to fall back. He needs to fight, and he knows that. He'll get the first and flash to his retreat. He's actually going to find a second. Is he going to peek this again? He's a madman. Of course he is. He gets the flash from CT from Skadoodle. Yeah. Oh, that flick for the fourth. The ace gets stolen from Skadoodle, but it doesn't really matter.
No. What a play from Stu. Normally, you're just, the best case scenario usually the situation is, I'm going to get a kill and run into the back of the site and stay alive and call for a rotate. Like, that's ideal. But then he gets a second frag, and then a key pop flash comes in to allow him to safely peek for a third, and then winds up with 4 when it's all said and done. So, absolute monster play from Stewie. You come to expect it from him these days now, though he's been regularly doing those types of things for a while in the NA scene. And now, look at this. UfC have to take another full save, and Stewie's able to control Banana alone. And they have Tarek push down middle, an automatic aggressive inside window, so it'd be hard for the UfC to find any space in a round like this.
Oh, that's going to be juicy.
Indeed it was.
Tenderize. Slap that meat around. Do you get that reference, too? No? All
I heard
right.
something about slapping meat around.
You don't... It's okay.
Immediate immaturity kicked in and began to chuckle, so I'm sorry.
It wasn't meant to be an immaturity.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
that's all me. That's my fault.
It was a reference to a meat... Never mind. Anyway, I'm making dumb references. Moving on again swiftly, because...
Give your meat a good old rub, Seaside.
Yes, that's what I was referencing.
Oh, okay. I got it. We were in sync this time.
Good. Our meats are in sync. Skadoodle's going to hold towards the balcony. Will catch Ethan as Rix is alone. CZ in hand. And he will remove Rush. And he'll pick up the AK with 9 bullets. Really be able to get the best of Skadoodle. Perhaps if he has more bullets. 8 left in the CZ. Look at Rix go. Ronnie flexing on him. It's a 1v1 against Stewie. Jumps out. And Stewie is lane. Rix is going to plant behind safe pillar. Stewie will close the distance as Rix.
Oh. You hate to see it.
Now Stewie's right up in his grill. That's...
I'm not 100% sure if he got off the plane on purpose because he thought Stewie was pushing. Yeah. But Stewie didn't make any noise, so it seems more likely that he thought he finished the plant, but he didn't. Yeah. Does cost him. It gives Stewie that extra little bit of time to get even closer for free with the 250. Winds up locking it up, and C9 are now up 6-4. So starting to pull out ahead. They've actually won 6 out of the last 7 rounds. Again, the rounds that UfC have are really mostly built off of getting the 3-0 start from winning pistol, so it's starting to look a lot more scary as each round passes. Until UfC can start winning some gun rounds, they're looking like they're in a lot of trouble. As it looks like they're going to go for that exact same play they did earlier. Remember that when they got apartments control, they faked mid, then they went B, faked that, then came back and hit A the second time around really late. It seems like they're setting up for something very similar. Notice how they're all in T-stairs. They're not allowing anyone that might be playing aggressive B to get any vision. To get that intel. Now. Yeah.
Yeah, so they must know they've been going for that.
And now Automatic has logs, though, and so this becomes really difficult for UfC to ever even go B. They really can't go B now.
Call him a fire starter because he got logs.
There is no utility left, though, really, for Automatic or Stewie, so as that smoke fades, they're going to have to start backing off. That might give UfC some room.
Oh, great flash. Full blinded Skadoodle underneath porch, but he just re-peeks into his death, and Skadoodle just gets out of there, scurries away. How patient is Automatic and Stewie gonna be? Good trade, quick on the trigger is Stewie, as Kusta catches Ska, however. Into a 3v3 with 45 seconds, and Kusta may... I think C9 know that there's a possibility of someone getting into CT, but it makes Stewie's life so hard, though.
Yeah, with Stewie playing back site, this is the safest spot he could play, knowing that CT spawns a problem, and knowing that they could be coming banana. He's basically playing the perfect spot. Maybe construction would be a little bit better, because he could get the kill on the CT push and still be safe from the B push. But they're trying to do a B flank, is the play Cloud9 are going for, but Exotic is wise to it.
They have to deal with Stewie still. 10 seconds. They're throwing the smoke to try to plant in it. They know where Stewie is. Can Cutler get the digits in? Where Stewie find him through the smoke? Able to plant. Exotic holds banana. It's Stewie alone. He has an op, has a kit, no utility. Bombs planted right in the open. Still perfect for Exotic and Cutler. Is Fountain... we'll see him. A little too late. Cutler. A little slow to react as well, but finds it in due time.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's slow to react or if it's just the smoke fades faster for us.
Yeah.
So
I hate that, man. Beta.
Yeah, it is really lame. It makes it so hard to tell if someone's just like making a mistake or overlooking something or whatnot. Usually I just give benefit of the doubt that the smoke fades for us faster.
Yeah, 100%.
So.
I think he was looking pretty much at him, too, when that smoke was gone on our screen, so.
It's like, for some reason, in the year of 2017, almost 2018, last round of the game, which basically gives away who wins the last round of the game.
Yo, spoilers. You're spoiling the spoiler.
Yeah, dude. It's just annoying. Demos are still like using old CD players from 2002.
With that Half-Life.
Not triggered, of course,
player.
though. I'm not triggered at all about it. Keep it going. Now they're set up for that exact same play again. Same exact little setup here. Last time they couldn't really get it going because Cloud9 just pushed down Banana and they won a lot of early fights, so UfC couldn't really roll out what they were hoping to do. This time, a little bit different. They could make that double fake work again, or they could just be doing a variation where they just straight up hit A.
Looking like the A hit. Exotic's gonna peek towards arches. They have that smoke. Just confirming that it is still there, but it just fades. They'll rebloom it and renew it. As Automatic is playing a bit of a little nice cheeky box angle. I mean, that's probably the most popular spot to play on A. On top of that ninja box. And with 35 seconds, Skadoodle's gonna peek down Banana momentarily, and he's gonna completely know it's empty. I mean, Stewie's already here. But they need some info soon. Stewie still doesn't want to fully commit to arches, but he's hanging around enough that he will be spotted, and he will take the kill. Kusta could flash over for his teammate. He takes Ethan, and now the double pit one site's going to be so hard to break. And Rush is doing just absolute work in pit, as it's Rick's alone, and he is just tumbling down the road that is death, as C9 pick up 7.
Yeah, really just good play from Stewie. Great bot flash as well to allow him to come in and get that second kill. That makes a huge difference, just getting that second kill, getting that little bit of something extra. The flash assist being a big part of that in that case. Same that we saw with Stewie making a big play over at Banana with the AWP. A key pot flash was involved in that, so you gotta give credit where it's due. Sometimes, yeah, it's the guy who has to make the big play, but he's getting that supporting element that sometimes goes unnoticed. Scott, look for something at middle, look for something aggressive, but was flash back.
Well, Stewie, but to line up, I think he's doing that tight peek where we saw him pistol, but he still has a smoke if he wishes to throw another deep one to keep UfC even more on their toes and waste more time down. But it looks like UfC are going to try to use a little bit of utility they have. Still unsure as to which site they're going to hit. It's looking like A, but the bomb is still being very passive. Skadoodle gets flashed off. He'll safely flash his own retreat. Looking like the split towards B. Skadoodle knows this. He calls for Stewie's help. He's going to try to push. Stewie doesn't find a frag. And Ska has to be worried about Kusta either A, holding him, or B, pushing him. Now, Skadoodle counts 2. Kusta lets his presence known. No scope missed. Just off the mark. But look at this positioning from Automatic. Making him think he's left. He's hiding in a cheeky corner, but he's only able to find the first onto him. That's Cutler. At least standing up when UfC need him. He's having a decent game, but it needs to get better. And so go down to Tarek. This clutch shouldn't be possible. 1v3, then again, still 2 CZs, and Kusta on 34. Tarek's going to be playing the smoke game. He'll pull out his M4 once again. Maybe he'll get the drop on someone. He's hoping that smoke extends to CT. Listening. I think he was hiding in the smoke trying to listen to sounds. Is anyone going to move? Is anyone going to do something? No? Alright. Takes the AK and gets out.
Yeah, well, design play from UfC. They've been doing a couple of little crafty things here and there, but normally C9's been able to play a little bit aggressive and kind of disrupt it, or just like win a key duel and making the tactic itself not really matter. This time around, though, everything goes UfC's way. They get into arches, they get control, they get Stewie rotating, they limit Skadoodle's op from getting anything as well. They're able to roll out the B split pretty efficiently. They finally get another round on the board. It's been a little while since I feel like they've had like a foothold in this game. You know, they were up 4-1. That was great, but it's really been all Cloud9 since then. But now, these last couple of rounds, they've started to kind of work themselves back into it. And now they still have a chance to even take a lead in this half, perhaps, before it's all said and done. Just a couple of rounds left.
Nice little bit of chunky nade thrown down on towards Kusta. As Ethan will continue forward, they'll grab the bomb. Maybe. They ran into each other, and he'll get it. Took a little bit. The bomb will be recovered from Kusta, leaving Cutler to worry about the flank. And Ethan will slowly lead the charge. Stewie be shoulder peeking, and he knows he can take the first fight, knowing there's a pop flash coming for the second. But he may jiggle right towards Exotic. He spots it. He'll call for the flash. He'll drop his own smoke. And actually, Automatic hangs on to the flash. He doesn't want to get caught with a flash in his hand in case someone comes through the smoke from UFC. But they have only banana control at this point, so they're pretty much forced into it.
Yeah, and Tarek's been able to rotate as well because Stewie got that information off the peak, and Automatic has a boost that hasn't been used yet this game, so it could certainly come up big, and he does find a kill, and he gets away, not able to be traded. They do get Stewie out.
Smoke Automatic's doing great damage. Exotic down to 29. They're going to reboost Tarek. Oh, they made noise. Rix is firing on it, and they'll re-smoke it. Will they go for it again? Like Tarek's looking at Automatic like, yo, bro, what? We're not boosting again? This Automatic will leave him. He'll get the molly towards Quad. He'll have the molly in front of him. UFC have done a nice job using utility. Keep in mind, they still have 2 more mollies. C9 are out of here.
Really well done from UFC. Putting that Molotov, stopping them from being able to rotate construction, reading that was going to be another boost attempted, stopping that from really going down. So they just, at all points, stopped Cloud9 from being able to roll out their retake. So not only was it good execute, but they managed to post-plant really well. And so UFC will tie this game up 7-all. C9 will carry over a couple of rifles into the last round of the half, but they don't really have a lot of money to buy around them.
Poor Rush, man. You see what his game plan was there?
What was that?
He was on bench. He was about 30-ish HP. Bomb killed him. He wanted to run in and grab a gun, but he died.
I hate to see it.
So now he's down to a CZ armor.
Feels bad.
Well, 2 AKs. Not much other firepower. Maybe we'll see C9 be a little more aggressive. Then again, this, statistically speaking, apparently in the last 3 months, thanks to HLTV, it's the most even map in the pool. Concur?
I could see that.
Could be.
I think with things just being less claustrophobic on this map, it really gives Tees a little bit more space to feel a little bit more comfortable to do things, so I can certainly see why that's the case. I think it was already pretty balanced, and I think the changes have just made it even better. Especially since CTs can't just, like, chain smoke bottom banana from arches and stuff like that. Really helps Terrace out a lot.
Oh, it's brutal. Gets one. Can he live? He gets leg. No, and he will go down. Tarek gonna hide back sight. In comes Exotic. That's bomb down. Can he find Cutler? Of course he can. As Ethan spotted, he'll deal with Rush. But Ethan, the double entry, playing a hell of a good CS so far this weekend. So he is just gonna wait 30 seconds. We'll allow Rex to get over here. Making me yawn over here. I heard that. Ethan jumps up on single box. It's Stewie alone. He gets cleaned up. 8-7. UFC certainly brought that back in later parts.
Yeah, they really did. Again, I was really worried about them because for a while there, it was just based on pistol round victory, but they were able to score 4 rounds towards the end to make this a really close half and even take the lead. We'll see if they can keep it up into the second half in just a little bit.
My name is Tim the Tab Man. I use CyberPowerPC powered by Intel.
Let's go!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, XCLG fans and C9 fans alike. We are as close as we can get going into the second half of Inferno. UfC's pick and clearly showing why.
Yeah, again, it looked a little bit rough at the beginning. Cloud9 seemed to be on a really good run there. Looked like they were going to, really come up pretty big. I think they were up at one point like 7-4 or something like that. So it looked like they were going to wind up with a pretty solid CT side, but really good comeback there those last 4 or 5 rounds from UfC to actually take the lead going into the second half and making things look a little bit more comfortable for them. As again, Cloud9 did win the first map, Mirage, in a very one-sided fashion. So they're right now looking to see if they can't still 2-0 the series. But the UfC might have a chance to force a third map, and I think the third map is Train, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
So we will have to wait and see if UfC can force us all the way there, or if C9, the favorites, will just end this in 2. As they've 2-0'd their other 2 best-of-3s this tournament.
Haven't been too bothered.
Yep, UfC also 2-0'd their previous game, but it did go the distance, right? It went into OT both times, and then against GX, it did take 3 maps to decide things for them there.
Poor Splice.
Yeah. Of course, we appreciate all 10,000 of you who are tuned in, or maybe a little over 10,000 now. Appreciate all of you. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. Do make sure you check out the links below. We do have a giveaway going on. The prediction contest is over as the match is already live, but there is still another giveaway going on that you can check out. Get some free stuff. I know you guys are always into that. Big shout out, of course.
Free?
What's that? Following us on
Following
Twitter is free.
Yes.
Oh, got him. I would
It
appreciate
is.
that too. You can follow at Seaside CS. Pretty easy
You
to
got
spell. Also at Follow Dust. Real easy to spell. Easy. Just go ahead and finger bang that follow button on Twitter.
Literally and figuratively.
But just actually don't, because then that you would like follow unfollow, you know what I mean? So just tap it one time. Unless you're
tap it
already
a
following, then
tap it a
don't
bunch
tap
of
it
times.
at all. Yeah. Do that.
And then like Dusk's recent videos.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's it. That's all there is.
My brain's empty.
Of course, huge shout out to CyberPowerPC for throwing this event. Shout out, of course, as well to all the sponsors: Best Buy, Intel, Western Digital, NVIDIA, and MSI. Give them love, making this possible. As we get live here into what could be the last pistol round of the tournament. We'll see.
Certainly could be, as C9 will settle into a safe start positions, as they'll get 2 in A apps. Ethan, ooh, a little game of peekaboo. That's automatic. That was odd.
Yeah,
Made
it
the
sounded
sound
like he
cue
took
of
damage,
breaking
but
his
he,
knees,
yeah, but takes no damage. Just
Beta.
CS:GO sound things.
Still beta, of course. That's Cutler. We'll be baiting for Exotic and vice versa. More Exotic baiting for Cutler.
This feels very eerily familiar to the first pistol round, where no one gets to rotate and someone just plows B with a bunch of Glocks. How does it fare this time?
Stewie pre-fires Cutler. Exotic smoked off. Automatic pushes to tree. Is Exotic going to clear it for his team? Doesn't look like it. And as Rick's going to check, he will... Ooh, a little all over the place. Automatic 3 bullets. Peeks into his death. And you have to think, if Rick's cleans that up, maybe there's more of a chance into this. As Ethan spots 2 players, Banana. He knows they've doubled up. As Tarrant will just straight up swing on 5 HP, leaving Kusta alone in a 1v3. Kit, Smoke, and now 0 HP, 8-8 C9. I mean, without getting any info, they just waltz her on in.
Yeah, again, it's so hard to be able to rotate without any information, especially when you're playing passive setups. You're just really relying on the USPs to be able to take like a range fight from, say, Coffins to top Banana and hope you get a kill and get the intel and be able to float people over. But C9's utility kind of disallows those long-range fights to really occur, and they're able to just overwhelm B and tie this game right back up at 8-all. And now they'll be able to have the guns and SMGs to work with here to kick things off. UfC buying up a little bit, mostly Deagle no armor though. Kusta using the 5.7. You don't see that very often. A lot of people doing the CZ these days.
Doing CDs.
He also has a Tech 9 equipped on T side, I saw, which is even more odd.
He's a weird human, isn't he?
I'm not sure. I never really interacted with him very much.
Kenny's a good guy. Nice guy. But if you use the Tech 9, you're dead to me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, UfC has gambled over here, trying to stack over towards A. Understandably so. It's your best chance to win. Got to take something gimmicky around like this. Unfortunately, on the roulette wheel, they bet on red, and it's black all day long into the speed bomb site.
Smokes, flashes, mollies, and everything else that's nice. This Gusta can't even see his hand in front of his face, but he will feel that bullet lodging into his skull and removed from the round. As unemployed for Christmas, made this try to save all these upgraded pistols.
Yeah,
Maybe
might as
set up
well.
for exits.
Saving CZ armor for Rix would be huge. Again, it just lets you replay this round all over again from the start and just try to still pose a threat before the first buy round comes around. Going for a retake here would be senseless. No kit, no armor. Most of the players, no utility. So yeah, they will just back off, hold this on, try it again tomorrow, or really next round, really. And it'll be C9 taking the lead right back from UfC after they held on to it for a brief moment.
Bromance in the corner. No, I read a... Never mind, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan. Anytime you start a sentence with, you know, I once read, probably nothing good
Probably
coming of
not
that.
true.
Because you don't read. That's not why.
At a grade 3 level, I do.
Okay. You can read some good books at a grade
Beat
3
that.
level.
Yeah, I can.
Some
like Mary
Clifford,
Poppins.
the Red Dog.
Yeah, alright. Sure.
Berenstein Bears. Dr. Seuss.
The Owl Goes Who.
Yep.
Yeah. And my favorite, Arthur.
Dude, I miss Arthur. Arthur was great. Author, Rocket Power.
Yeah.
Hey Arnold. Although, if we're honest, Hey Arnold, Hell with Tacky was definitely a mental case. Probably shouldn't be teaching kids about like having shrines of people in their closet. It's a little bit mentally unstable, but we'll get away from that now. Looks like we're going to see Cloud9 going for a full-out B attack. Several CTs in the area with these pistols, trying to make them work, and Exotic does get one frag, but Tarek cleaning things up with the SMG.
Baited.
He did get you baited real hard.
Must have hurt. As Rix. 1v4. Not gonna happen, I'm sorry. But, maybe. They still haven't planted. They want this kill. They want him to peek. Another fake plant. Is that another fake plant?
They got plenty of time, you might as well, but they will just go ahead and put it down, look to get this round over with, and get to double digits first. Rick's hoping for some type of exit and collect a gun, but not going to happen. Tarek will stamp him out and gets 4 kills on the round. Farms up a good amount of cash with that gun.
I am telling you, MP7's the best SMG. I've said it every broadcast. I'm going to.
I don't know why it would be better than the UMP, though. It costs more. UMP does better armor pin.
MP7's close.
So, I don't know. I still like the UMP. I still think it's
has
the best.
has that old school M4 silence fire rate. Barely little recoil. 30 bullets. It's popping, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, I like the UMP, but the MAC-10 at 1050 is also real strong, especially if you know you're gonna against people with no head armor. But we'll get away from SMG debates for now, as Cloud9 are in their first real gun round against UfC. C9 just kind of doing the standard stuff, getting control of apartments is kind of just the bread and butter of Inferno T side. They actually don't go for any type of vanity control, though. They're really focused up on just looking to do something at A pretty early on, it seems.
Rix, scurry out of there. Looks like they're gonna flash and probably pop out of A apps. They'll smoke front pit and the first pit and second pit. So Rix can be in a world of hurt if he doesn't realize what's happening. But it is just a bait. Try to get utility use, give room for Tarek to find the pick. And his MP7 will fail him, as Exotic will find Stewie, and now C9 are forced to play their hand. A nice shot from Skadoodle. He's gonna need a couple more of those. Just playing default, automatic wraps around arches, and look at this. Rush finds an entry. Kusta alone. Can he spin and get two? Yes, he can. Rush even. Look at Kusta. IGL, rifle, good looks. Got all three.
He definitely pulled off a big individual play there. I thought that was looking good for C9. He had automatic wrapping moto. He's getting kills. Rush tagged out one. It's looking pretty good for C9 to close down the A-bomb site. But Kusta whipping around, pulling off 180s, doing what he needs to do to get the job done, and he pulls it through for UfC. They've made it 10-9 now, keeping it close. Definitely a big round there.
Is it going to be an early Christmas reset, or will C9 immediately answer back and deny UfC stringing rounds together? Rix is in almost a one and done. It was a bait with the op. The op takes a shot and falls off. The M4 keeps fighting, so good trades for C9.
Yeah, very good double peek there. Trading a rifle for an another rifle, definitely good. Get that 4-on-4 situation, split the defense up to a piece, be able to leverage a 4-on-2 type scenario somewhere. But you do see that Kusta is rotating back over to kind of assist Exotic over here towards Art's side. So it looks like C9 will actually, if they continue this push up mid, will actually run into the more defended site. We'll have to see how that all pans out. All come down to duels in the end. Smoke will stop Exotic from being able to get his op leveraged over there, but he's able to put down a fire to stop C9 from being able to wrap behind that smoke.
Just as it leaves, C9 will fill its place. They'll hold the smoke, and just as it clears, they'll get ready to push in towards lane and wrap these two players on sight. Cutler, not the most ideal weaponry to hold it, and Tarek will just push him out of the round, and Skadoodle finds the other one. Free A site. I mean, not much UFC can do there. They almost have to gamble with players-wise. But that's just unfortunate for Cutler. No,
it's just good play from UFC to manipulate the rotates. I mean, you had a situation where UFC was actually rotating a third player to A, and that's going to make things really hard on Cloud9. But Cloud9, the way that they put pressure on Moto with their smoke on library, where they're taking some pot shots, they forced Exotic to respect the fact that they could push into CT spawn, and they could get Arch, and they could be doing a B split. So I think the B player was actually playing inside sight, so they didn't really have vision down banana. So it's just, Cloud9, taking advantage of the fact that there's no intel for UFC and that they have to worry about CT spawn, and then using that to, only have to worry about two players on A itself, and they're both inside the site, and Cloud9 able to pinch from lane and Moto simultaneously. So just really well thought out round from Cloud9. They will hold off UFC from tying up the game, make it 11-9. And put UFC in a tough spot because their money is certainly quite low. They have saved a couple of guns, but there's not a whole lot they can buy around it. There will be some CZs and armor coming out. A deagle for Cutler, but a very ill-equipped UFC goes into this round. In fact, Kusa just goes USP no armor. He has to take a full save, basically.
I can't feel good. C9 haven't really had a high feverish pace. They've been very default centric, I suppose is the right way to word it. Just a FAMAS and op is all they have into this. Nice flash. But Ethan doesn't spot the boost on half wall, so he's gonna have to just fall back, respect that perhaps C9 are ready to peek him afterwards.
And there's nothing lost and nothing gained from that. So just kind of a neutral play, I guess you could say, as C9 just hold on to Apartment's control. They do leave Stewie up top at Banana to kind of keep intel there, as Automatic's able to find an entry at middle. So starting to find the opening is Cloud9. They'll keep rolling through mid, but a good flash comes out, stops Automatic from being able to do any more damage, and no one really there to trade just yet, but now Ska finally chimes in.
Kusta hit him with the left click that glitches behind the pillar and out the other side of the wall. Doesn't really glitch, but like bounces for a little bit against the pillar and wall and then pops out on front. I think that's the pop flash you hit him with. It's a hard one to really play against. But C9 have a good read as they fall off, run all the way to the B site, and no one's home. Exotic, he's here, but not willing to peek it. This is going to be C9 on 12. And Exotic, I imagine, is going to run away.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Saving the op in AK is huge, as well as carrying that FAMAS over means they could actually get a somewhat decent buy into this next round. As Cloud9 does march forward to 12, just a few rounds away from winning this whole tournament, taking home the big part of the prize. It'd be 14 grand going to the winner of this tournament.
Not bad for 3BO3s.
Nope, certainly not. A little under 3K per player. 2,800 per player to be exact, if I did math right.
Minus 10%.
Well, yeah, it depends on your contract with splitting with your org, sure.
Yep. Just an average number.
Let's just say they're making somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 per player for winning this tournament. Again, not bad for 2 days worth of work. It's been quick work from C9 too up until this point. So if you're going by the hour, they're doing real well if they win this tournament.
It's a high hourly wage.
Indeed, it is.
All the chips in one place for UFC as C9 on the brink of breaking UFC, perhaps. That Molly top banana. UFC want to fight. Scalpel blind. Lands damage, but no frag. As UFC have to give up that that B fight early, and they're pulling people out. They have pulled Kusta all the way out of B, leaving Ethan alone.
Yep. A little bit of aggression, though, for UfC inside of apartments. They're looking to contest Cloud9, who are trying to go for apartments control. It's typical default stuff, but the CTs want to battle for it. And Exotic, he's able to make that op work, as well as let that rifle escape. They weren't really able to pick up on him. I think that was Rix who's able to hightail it out of there. So really well done. But the problem is they're playing a 4A setup, and it's going to be a B attack here. And the 1B player is just sitting in CT spawn. It's Ethan, so there's actually no one inside the site itself. So when the smoke goes down CT, Ethan has to, make a decision. Do I want to shoot through this and give myself away? Do I want to go construction and just kind of wait it out? Either way, C9 should be getting a bomb plant here and looking okay in post plant for a 4-on-5.
Ethan smokes it. He's actually going to fight in front of it. He's in front of the CT smoke. And he's actually going to take some pod shots. Gets one. Can't find Tarek. Does a little bit of damage.
But he's bought so much time for the rotate. And C9 have no time to escape, really. They're going to try to go back towards bottom banana, but they're going to get cut off by Akusta.
They can't stop. Oh, my.
No way they can plant the bomb A. They just have to save their guns now. So really well done by Ethan. Playing the clock, using utility really well, stopping. I think C9 had no choice but to push that smoke. The problem is they couldn't know that there wasn't a second player B. And they probably figured they had some type of crossfire at top banana that they're going to have to go through. Surrender to smoke would be suicide in that case. But in reality, it was just Ethan. So, good play from UfC. They make it 12-10. And keep this game rolling. Close. Keep it interesting.
Well, Exotic at 14-12. He's certainly been an interesting player. To watch him be able to go toe-and-toe with pretty much everyone they've played thus far this weekend. Carrying on to Inferno. Ethan will try to bounce that nade off the skybox, but Stewie's not stopping and he runs in. Ethan gets Uno as Kusta. We'll have to wait for rotations to come through. His spray a bit preemptive, but Tarek's already behind this smoke. How ready is Kusta going to be for this? It's a risky play from Tarek. But knowing that even man stand, they only have one smoke and one molly to hold off. It comes down to the jiggles, and Tarek hits it. He's going to get out of there now, knowing he has the man advantage. Plus, they followed up with a molly. UfC. Their money is still not so comfortable. They may just peace out with this one. Although Rix will line up a molly for Newpox. And Skadoodle's looking to fight. Tarek burns. That wasn't dark. And now Rix is going to smoke on the bomb. He missed his molly, and he made pay for it as it's Cutler to 1v2. Rush finds the last C9 on 13.
That's tough, man. I mean, you're trying to go for a 2 versus 3 retake. You could have saved 2 rifles and had enough money to have a full buy in this round. Now, as it stands, you only have 2 people who can buy at all. So, I'm not sure I agree with that retake. I mean, certainly it wound up being close once Rix threw his incendiary and he got a kill and got it into a 2-on-2, but they just didn't really have a lot of time. Like, yeah, you could smoke the bomb and hope that you're able to defuse and not get spammed to death, but effectively that means now you're playing a 1v2 because you have one guy sticking the bomb defuse. So I think that would have been way better just to save the 2 M4s, backpedal, basically have a full buy this round because of the amount of money that Exotic and Ethan have. Maybe you have one guy short on a gun. But yeah, I think that would have been way better than what they tried to do there.
Well, I imagine it's Ethan and Exotic dropping a little bit of pistols or going for something like that. A Mag 7.
Yeah, again, they can do a little bit of buying since they have such high money on Ethan and Exotic, but this could have been a full buy round.
Yeah.
So, gotta think that one through a little bit, I think.
Ethan, gonna try to get close short wall with his Mag 7. That molly did not take the bounce that they were hoping. That's actually a molly that's supposed to go right towards Ethan's position, towards sandbags. As he will.
Well, there's both shotguns
anyway.
down.
Yep, they're gone. And barely any scratches being made on towards C9.
Yeah, really no damage. I mean, Russian Tarek took a very slim amount of damage, so those Mag 7's not really coming up with anything. And now C9 can just play patient. They have a 5-on-3. They can just kind of take their time, wait it out, look to see if UfC's going to try to make an aggressive play. Make sure they don't fall for any type of gimmick or stack, and now they're clearing out middle, no problemo. So that is going to put Cloud9 to 14, just 2 away from locking up the tournament. Taking the title, taking the $14,000, and doing so in pretty dominant fashion all the way through the tournament. Which, to be fair, was the expectation.
Actually, I expected UfC to win the whole thing.
Okay.
Psych. Actually, I did have them in the grand final against C9, though. I'll be real with you.
Okay.
But
I had no idea who was going to make it from the bottom end of the bracket, with UfC being a mixed team, Splice.
Yeah,
Like, it was kind of hard to know.
They've done a nice job, all things considered, for a mixed team. This isn't over yet, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, even if UfC winds up losing this thing 16-10, 16-11, whatever, not bad result given the situation. But again, no real way of knowing what the long-term plans really are for this 5. If it's meant to stick together or if they're all exploring their options. Again, I'm sure Ethan's a commodity that a lot of teams would like to pick up.
I saw Whitmer and Rix flirting, actually, when they played each other, GX and UfC. They said, yo, for real, dog, miss ya, homie. Yo, same. Yo, been way too long since we've teamed, Slice. And he's like, yo, same, 2 years, dog. Reunion? Yes. That's exactly how it went. Word for word, minus some curse words and some words I can't say due to my... Anyway. Skidoo is going to find Ethan. Exotic will fall off the flower pot. And look at this.
Ooh.
The trio will just shut down mid.
Yeah, just a really well-timed B flank there from Kusta. I mean, also Exotic coming up really big with the double kill there from Lane, but that flank from Kusta was the checkmate move. Is unemployed for Christmas. That sweet 11th round gets him a little bit closer to C9. But C9 able to buy right back into a full buy, no problem. Have all the utility rifles and ops that they want. So still could really make this rough for UfC. If they reset UfC here, get to 15-11, obviously UfC would have to force, but they'd have basically nothing. So they are not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination, despite the fact that they did get that victory. Oh my.
Oh, he tries to fight on the back of a flash. He'll get removed as Ethan's going to play back sandbags. Molly down, has to run through it. And Cloud9 with the opening pick will just sit and wait.
Yep, a little bit of Bogdan's Law going on. Stewie picking up the AWP since he has the low health. Give Ska the AK, he's fully healthy. Be able to use him to take some better duels. But like you said, Cloud9, again, just taking it very patient. They've been a lot slower paced tonight in this final than what you normally expect. But again, UfC, I feel like Inferno's pretty well played out as far as how people approach it. There's really no one innovating on this map. It's very Very similar stuff that you see amongst all teams on their T side. Just very map control based map.
C9 get brackets control, and UFC have to gamble. Poor old Rex left alone in the cold with a jacket, no boots, but a smoke. As Rush is about to fly out of apps in a moment. His T3 will wrap with bomb, which is risky, so they'll go for it. And the question is, can Rix withstand the cold? He dinks Stewie, so they know there's one in pit. And Stewie's the distraction here, and Rix tries to fight with Rush. Will win it, but Tarek's immediately there. And with 3 seconds, I think they got it. Yep. They started the plant while they fought with Rix, Exotic, Cutler, and Ethan. I think at this point, you go for it no matter what.
I would think you save. There's no money there.
Yo, I lied. I think they save.
Yeah, there's no money there. They're down to man. They have utility and kit, so I mean that maybe makes you consider it, but just because of the amount of money that they have, playing for overtime is probably still their best bet. As if they were to go for this retake, where they have this advantage and they lose, then you're basically just with pistols next round.
If it's anyone else in the tournament other than C9, they'd probably go for it.
It's one of those things where, because you're playing a man down, if you can get a quick kill on someone playing aggressively towards Arch or something like that, and you get it into a quick 3-on-3, you probably would go for it, but just not able to find that quick kill, and now it will be a UFC team just hoping to see if they can't get this to extra rounds, just to have a chance to force the third map. Again, C9 won Mirage map 1, I think it was 16-5. Very dominant stuff, and now they're just 1 round away from taking home the prize, or the top prize, rather.
And C9 just gonna take things slow. Again, Stewie... When I watch them, they have full trust at Stewie towards Banana. Whether it be getting Banana control by himself or with the help of a teammate, or holding it by himself. With Exotic not on the op on the M4, will be playing close to Boiler. And as things shape up, UFC really don't have a lot of control. I mean, they have brackets, but nothing towards Banana. So that's kind of the compromise. Risky peek from Exotic. He went with it, he committed, and he's down now.
And Kusa and Ethan are nowhere even close to rotating to A either, so it's really just up to Cutler and Rix to defend against the full onslaught that C9 has prepared, which is basically 4 players strong here at Midden Apartments. But there's no commitment. The bomb's actually still down by Stewie towards bottom middle, so they're going to toy around with UFC a little bit, see if they can't maybe pull a rotation. But no, they're going to commit to A, and Kusas actually has rotated over, so there's a little bit of a chance here.
Cutler had a chance to get 2, he only gets 1. At this point, you think C9 just go and don't stop. It's Rix with a CZ, good flash actually, that was a C9 flash. Could have been an Ethan, I may be wrong, but regardless, Rix is unable to get 2, and it is just Ethan alone in a 1v3, 10 seconds, bombs down.
Believe?
You know what? If it was anyone else other than Ethan, I may hesitate in this answer, but yes, it's Ethan, I believe.
All right, let's see. Ooh, it's not looking good.
Smokes, yeah, now sprays it down. So C9 are your Cyber Power champions. They, which I think is like the 3rd or 4th back-to-back online tournaments, like for Cyber Power and stuff like that they've won. So they've been on a tear when it comes to these online invitationals.
Yeah, Cloud9 has definitely firmly established themselves as the best team from North America. Obviously, SK is the best team competing in the North American region in the pro leagues, but Cloud9's definitely right up there now. 1 DreamHack Denver, 1 iBuyPower Masters, topped ECS, and now they have the victory in this tournament as well. Granted, there wasn't a lot of the top teams involved in this one, but again, just kind of, you know, showing that they really are